Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi
Welcome,
everyone.
welcome. Hello to the people that have already joined us. Hope you are all fantastic. I think what we usually do is just to give our other colleagues a few minutes. So let's give them like 5 minutes. In the meantime, please familiarize yourself with the teams, like on top where the chat is, where the Q, well, we'll use the chat actually. If we do have issues, we'll go to the Q&A. Raising your hand, the react. So just familiarize yourself in the chat and we'll wait for our other team members to join us and we'll introduce ourselves shortly as a team. And then I'll go through the features again just to show you what's what in the who in the zoo. So we are here. We're just going to wait a bit while our other colleagues join us, get settled, run to the bathroom, close the door so there's nobody coming in, no kids coming in. Get comfortable. Come on in, everybody. I'm just letting you know, since we had a few more people join back in, we are here. We're just waiting for our other colleagues to join. So we'll get started in 2 minutes and you'll meet the team shortly. And I see Malcolm has put some stuff in the chat, so let's get to know each other. I think we're good to go, Renee. We can get started.
Ready,
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I am Lerato, and I am going to be your techie for the day, along with my partner in, not in crime, partner in innovation excellence. Do you want to introduce yourself there, Miss
Yes,
Lovely
I think
Lady?
just go to the next slide and then we'll just talk about who we are.
Oh,
I'm Runé
sorry.
Nieuwenhuizen.
I even forgot that I'm presenting. Sorry, Runé.
Yes.
There we go.
Right, so this is us. Welcome everyone. So I'm also a high school teacher. I teach CAT and IT for the grade 10s to 12s. I'm also the digital learning coach. So I do the teacher training at our school. So all the office applications, Excel, Word, PowerPoint, that's my thing. I'm also a Microsoft fellow, and I'm giving over to you, Lerato.
Reintroduction. Okay, now we do it better. Hi, guys. My name is Lerato, and just like Runé, I'm also an expert and a certified educator. And as you can see with our badges, actually, these are things that we want to see on your profiles really soon. So this is like the beginning journey for you. Actually, we never had sessions like these. I remember when I was taking the Microsoft Certified Educator exam, Runé, and I was pulling my hair out because, you're alone. So this is so beautiful because with expert, with explorer, with fellow, everything, we now have a community and we can all support each other. And we're hoping that this is a start of a community for you because we want to walk this journey with you.
Yes. And while we're just on this, let me just explain what these badges are. So basically, everything that you do with regards to training, with regards to the Microsoft things, you can actually get a badge that is globally recognized and that will say, hold up, this person knows Microsoft products, or this person has been doing Microsoft training. And this is sort of like our little badges of online it's an online badge that you can actually verify. And yes, it is recognized. It is something that you can share across your social media platforms, on your professional CV. And we wear our badges with pride. So this is our digital badges. And it just shows that we are verified. We are proficient in the Microsoft tools that we're going to demonstrate today.
Absolutely. No, thank you for that, Runé. It's super special actually to wear these and see the online community where we all, if we follow each other on LinkedIn, on Instagram, wherever, then you'll know who to reach out to ask questions because we also do training for our own schools. And once you get here and you're training your schools, we can be there to hold your hand and support you.
Thank you. Right. So in today's session, we're going to go into how Copilot works, but not just the basic one. Today, we are going to flesh it out a little bit more because we do know, obviously, you are aware of these platforms that use AI integration. But for today, we're going to be focusing on what Copilot has to offer teachers specifically, basically how it can support your teaching and learning and how you can use prompts efficiently. Also, how to go into the curriculum planning, how to do a more effective lesson planning, and how to just flesh out your lessons to it being more productive in your class. And then lastly, the importance of responsible and ethical use of AI. So yes, in a nutshell, we're doing Copilot again, but we're doing it into a bit more detail. So here's just an icebreaker. And this is just, yeah, Lerato, take over from this one.
Sorry. No, sorry, Runé, carry on.
Okay, so just to get us out of the teaching mode, I know that many of you may have ended off your lessons. You're tired and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this training again. So let's just get you back into some productive mode again. I promise you this one is going to be super good. Just go on to the next slide, Lerato. Okay, let's get to know each other.
The first one, Malcolm did also put it in the chat, but please, guys, throughout the session and Let's talk. We want this to feel like we're sitting with you in your staff room. We're chatting with you and we want to get to know you. So which awesome school are you representing? Which awesome school do you call home? Which grade or grades are you rocking as a teacher? And which subject or subjects do you teach? Put that in the chat. We've been blown away where we've had teachers who teach from grade 4 to grade 9 or 10 and teach like 3 subjects. Like, guys, I'm sorry, but we should be wearing capes at this point. So please, let's get to know you. Share in the chat. And who knows, you'll meet a teacher from down the road, from a school down the road, a school near where you live, a school you never thought of collaborating with. They could be in the chat. So let's put it in the chat. Let's get to know each other. What grades do you teach and what subjects do you teach? And welcome, welcome to all. I see a lot of people coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Woo! Yetke Jansen, Anton van Niekerk. I see we're going to be bosom buddies
Welcome.
for this one, hey? Yeah, I've got lots to share about CAPS and IT, and I'm sure that we can learn from each other in this session.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Welcome, welcome. And then another thing to get your blood flowing, we use music for almost everything. So please share with us, guys. Indulge us in what song matches your current teacher mood. We're teachers, we like to have fun in the classroom. Let's have fun outside the classroom. So we've got some songs here to get you started. Survivor. So we're not barely making it through the week. We're just starting the week. I want to dance with somebody. Eye of the Tiger. Are you under pressure? Shake it off. SOS. Please also, when you get this presentation or take a screenshot of these songs, these are also nice to just play in your classroom at times. We've kept them very PG, so you can, if you want to let the kids know how you're feeling, you can play some songs in the classroom too. So please share in the chat. Which song represents you right now? Which song is currently your mood? How are you feeling, good people? Share in the chat. Can you hear the music? Can you actually envision the music? SOS, Rihanna. Well, you need help. You may lose yourself, lose yourself. Let's see. When the lesson observations begin. Or for those that are teaching matric, you guys, Sbongile is also a matric teacher, and there's other Mal, who's also a matric teacher. How are you guys feeling right now? Oh, our love goes out to all the matric teachers at the moment.
Because it's in the middle of moderation. It's in the middle of checking out question papers, setting up exam papers. No, we get it. It's a tough time.
It's a tough time. Guys, don't forget mental health. Take care. Please take care of yourselves, teachers. Take care of yourselves. Lose yourself. Well, you have all this music now. Use it in your classroom. Matric teachers, hopefully you turn SOS to Ain't No Mountain High Enough because you are surviving it and you move away from under pressure and you just shake it off. We just want you to feel good and in good spirits. So throughout the presentation, play the music in your head, hear the music in your head. All righty. We are going to get started.
Okay, so just to tell you just the basics of Copilot for now, many of you may know, but Copilot can be accessed in 3 different ways. So it can be accessed through your mobile phone, it can be accessed on any other tablet device, and it can be accessed on a computer. You can access it through the internet by typing www.copilot.com. or you can go to whatever device you're using and access it through the App Store to download the physical app that you can actually have permanently on your device. So whichever way you access Copilot from, it will give you the same results. So just before we get into the session, it would be a good idea to actually have your second device and just test out what we're going to show you, test out all the different features that we're showing you, because it's nice to have it as hands-on as possible. So the part that we're going to be looking into is no longer the chat option that you see at the top, because that's just a more conversational way. It's a way that you access just asking simple questions, and previously you probably would have asked it to generate different lesson plans using the chat feature. But one thing that's very different from this is Teach, and you'll see that it's located there where the green square is, and Teach is designed for teachers. Teach is designed to create your lesson plans, to actually to create your resources, and we'll go into that a little bit more into detail. So for now, it's just important that you know how to access Copilot. It is a feature within Copilot. I'm not too sure, Lerato, did you want to say something?
Oh, no, I just put the link for Copilot in the chat for everyone.
Okay.
And let me just come back here. I just want to say, because I think we've actually recently noted, if you're using an iPad or a tablet, you just need to check. There's the Copilot separate app. But for education, it worked better when we sign in with our Microsoft 365, where then we get our features for Copilot. So just be sure that, and you'll see at the bottom there, right now it has Runé's name. Um, it must show your name and your school, but when we go into the demo, I'll click on there again. So please just make sure if you are using another device, or if you have a laptop and a tablet or an iPad, please just check that you're in the right Copilot, because we've had people say, but I don't see Teach, or I don't see this, because it might be a personal one.
Correct. Thank you so much for that, Lerato. You can go on to the next slide. Okay, so just imagine, specifically for teachers, if you can design something that will use your content to create it from what you've feeding it to create an assessment and to mark that content in under 5 minutes. I mean, that is just mind-blowing. So it creates your content, it creates the assessments, it marks that very same content under 5 minutes, and it meets the expectations. And especially for those theory-heavy subjects, for example, I would refer to the theory of my CAPS or IT as a subject. This becomes golden. It's something that you can really, really use and margin on. So just click on to the next slide.
And I love that, Runé. I just want to, guys, remind you that we are content creators, the original content creators. We're always trying to make content creative, collaborative, fun, and engaging in our classrooms. And these sessions are another way for you to find how you can engage with your students, because nobody knows your students, the ones that come daily into your classroom, better than you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the reason we are actually going into Teach, it's because, first of all, it's an all-in-one place. You can call it your one-stop shop in terms of content creation for your classroom, because it has everything in there. You can create your assessment, your rubrics, your posters, and it keeps a history. So first of all, it's all in one. It integrates very easily, and I'll show you a demonstration of that, because it's using all of the Microsoft tools. You'll see that the Copilot icon sometimes gets embedded as a shortcut for you to easily access, and with that, Teach also becomes very available for you to actually access all of that data. Then it is designed for a school environment. Because we have all of these AI platforms, what makes Copilot Teach different is that it is designed and keeps your information that you're feeding it safe. It does not use it to train any other language model. It doesn't use it to feed onto the bigger scope of whatever people are searching for, but it basically is designed and keeps it under a safety net within your school's infrastructure and environment. Then it's very easy to share. And that's the nice thing. So you can easily share whatever you're creating with a colleague. You can collaborate with them on that. And it also keeps a history. So all of that I'm going to show, or we're going to show and demonstrate that today. We can go on to the next one.
Thank you so much, Runé.
Thank you. So then lastly, what Teach does, it saves you time in terms of lesson planning. So for me personally, as a teacher, how I would then compile my lesson plan or topic that I'm handling, I'll jump onto random parts of the internet. So I'll go onto Google this and I'll try out that to get a piece of information from this part. And then I'll work in one common let's say document where I can gather all of my resources that I've gained from the various platforms. And what happens next year? I go back and the links have either expired or it's no longer relevant for your topic that you're handling. But how do you actually go back and to see, okay, which website did I actually visit? Because then it's all over the internet. You've been searching all over. And what makes Copilot nice is that it's under one umbrella. So if you go and use and you create a resource under Teach, it keeps it within Copilot. Then it also supports planning and your admin work. So it's not just for teaching. If you wanted to enhance an email, just to rephrase something, it's there for you. You don't have to go hop out and go onto a different platform. Everything is there. And then it enhances the student learning experience, because just as confusing as all of these other platforms are, your students are often also found in a space where they don't even know where to go to find all of these resources. Whereas if you have one common place where you can access all of that information, it becomes easier for you to use and navigate, and for your students as well. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this for our students. We're doing it for our students. And if it's easily shared within that platform and the history can be found, it becomes a bonus. Because the more they understand, the better they'll start using that specific tool. Thank you, Lerato.
All
right. Okay, now the boring
parts.
The boring parts have now been discussed, and basically a lot of information has been shared. But now is the time for you to actually take out that second device. Now is the time for you to actually see what it is that we're talking about, because we're going to show you the magic. The magic is going to start here.
Okay. While I'm opening up the window, please can I ask, let me see. Anybody, actually, I see some of you did write your grades and I love it. And we're super excited. Please, can you also give me a topic? So I see there, Senzogutle, you've got you teach grade 4 mathematics, grade 7 tech, and grade 7 natural science. Please give me a topic for each one. It's always nice for us to do these examples with some of your content. So just give us a topic and a theme. And Miss Abram Kloppe, can you do the same? High school teachers, can you also do the same? So whoever I see type in first, we'll use that as an example. In the meantime, maybe I go through this, Runé. So lovely people, at the bottom here, if you look here, this is what I meant. So I'm going to click on that just to make sure that you are in your school one. As you can see, there's my personal one, and this is my school one. So my school one will show the features that I have here. The personal one does not have Teach. And what else didn't it have again, Runé? I think the study and learn, which Runé will go into later. So there is some content that you don't get on your personal one. You'll still get the new chat. But if you see here, Teach is the one that you won't actually see on your end. Okay, so what is Teach? Runé has just gone through that, and I'm just going to start with a demo to make things amazing for you. So if you click here, here's Teach and everything. Somebody has given me grade 4 mathematics, common fractions. I love that. Let's start with that. So They are, and I love, you're going to see some cool features as I go here. This has slowly become my favorite. I mean, you can see how many pages of content I have from playing around with it. And I say playing around with it because once you log off today, I want you to go back and play, play, play. This is how you're going to get comfortable with the material that we're showing. Before I get started in the examples, do we have any questions thus far? Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything you want to share? Put it in the chat. My team, while we're doing this, Malcolm and Jonathan, please say hi. You've met the ladies. Now meet the guys in the background. They are in the background for you. If you have any questions, put them in the chat first. There's Malcolm and there's Jonathan. Okay. Ooh, look at this subject. Creative arts fashion design. So this is what Teach does. Remember, Runé did tell you guys the chat, it's still there. And we use the chat for everything. I mean, I use it to check please check the tone of this email to a parent or a colleague, because some days, hey guys, some of our colleagues, you got to change your tone on your email. What Teach now does is it's a one-stop shop for me to do everything. I'm going to start on the top with curriculum planning. For today, now this is the cool part, guys. Do you see here? It says unit plan. Okay, everybody, let me go back again. I've put the link in the chat. You can click on the link to get to Copilot, and please make sure you are signed in with your teacher account for you to access Teach. Runé, if they do need help, maybe you can help them in the chat for me. But okay, I'm going to carry on. So if you look here, unit plan says coming soon. Most of these were all coming soon. And I'm excited. Some of them we haven't even tried, Runé and I. Lesson plan was actually the first one to open up. Some are still grayed out and some have opened up in the recent weeks or the last month. Minecraft is a new one. I am going to skip Minecraft today. I'll click on it, but I do know that a lot of teachers are not using the Minecraft education yet. So let's start with lesson plan. Now, you can see hey guys, it did such amazing things for our Zulu department. So for today, we are going to use the first grade 4 math, common fractions. And I'm going to show you what Runé said by one-stop shop. Okay, I always use an example to say, I am your teaching assistant, and you've asked me to take a lesson. You fell sick and you didn't leave me any lesson plans. This is what Teach allows for me to do. So I am going to type here. At the bottom, you'll see where it says generate. Generate is currently grayed out. What you can do, so let's say you do have content. I'm just going to show an example. I'm going to jump in between. I love using the 5.6 quick response. Okay, please can I get a lesson plan for grade 4 mathematics on common fractions. So this is what you would have had. You would have your lesson plan already done, right? What Teach does, let me save this quickly. Ooh, it's giving me some nice meaty. Guys, this is so cool. Mine already gives me a digital challenge because it knows that I'm always asking for, please add a tech element. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. In Copilot, I am going to export. Where's my export now? There we go. Export into Word. This is what Runé meant by one-stop shop. So my draft is ready. I just want to check. Okay, grade 4. I'm just going to move that because I want to show you an example. Let's pretend this is my lesson plan from last year. So I am now using Teach. So for this example, we're going to pretend the one I just did in Copilot, it's an old lesson plan for now. And then now I'm going in here, mathematics, and I'm going to say 2 ways. You can add your content. So if you have any content to share, you can do this. But I'm going to show you without it first. Let's see what it gets me without it. Please design a fun lesson plan. You see the generate has now, it's not grayed out anymore. It's now, it means I can generate, but I want to add lesson plan for my grade 4 maths class covering common fractions. Okay, standards. We get a lot of questions about this. These are still American based, so please leave it out. What you can do, you can say, please use the CAPS curriculum for guidance. Okay, and then you need to choose how long your lesson plan is. I'm happy with 45 minutes, and then generate. And watch the magic happen. Now, I didn't use that mathematics thing that I made, but I'm going to show you another example where you can upload old content and word it differently. Okay, so maths teachers, common fractions. I want you to look at draft 1. Okay, draft 1. I'm going to scroll down slowly. Draft 1. Objectives. It gave me objectives, materials. Introducing fractions with visuals, hands-on fraction exploration. Runé, let me know what the feedback is so far. Comparing and ordering, creative fraction. Oh, this is nice. Review and assessment. So that's the lesson plan that I got. Now, lovely people, if you look here, I can still enhance with AI. If you're not sure what you want, it's given me some fun things here to look at. Use peer-led fraction games. Offer tiered fraction challenges for differentiation. This is my favorite. Automatically and always, my teach, and I think actually yours will do the same because I always ask for differentiated activities for my learners. So it's now automatically doing it. So I'm going to say, I want this one. And you know what? If you want to add anything else, you can, and you can add this one if you want. And then I'm going to regenerate the lesson plan. The person who posted grade 4 mathematics, can you be the one that gives us feedback?
It was
Hey,
Senzo Kuhle. Mr.
Senzo
Silibeko.
Kuhle. Can you give us some feedback, or any of the math teachers? Now, I've asked it for differentiated learning, objectives, materials, introducing fractions with visuals, hands-on fraction exploration, comparing and ordering, a fun challenge and scavenger hunt. I love anything like that. And a fraction review assessment. Any feedback about this? This is done in less than 2 minutes. Draft 1, if I still want to keep draft 1, and then draft 2 is still there. If I still want to add anything, and now guys, if you notice, it's keeping it for grade 4. This is all aimed towards our grade 4 students. That's why the examples like the fraction themed story or animated video include a relay race with fraction challenges. These are things for grade 4s. Okay, I'm just going to add one more thing and say, please add an activity for my visually impaired learners. Okay, and then I asked it to regenerate the plan again. Let's see what it does now. Introducing fractions with visuals. Oh, it had done it actually. Begin by displaying and passing out fractions. Let me see what it has. Fraction. Okay. What do we think, guys? This was done in less than 5 minutes. I now have 3 drafts that I can work with. Maybe I'm the one doing the prep for the department, and then I can just now save to my OneDrive. This is what we meant by one-stop shop. I don't have to copy. Listen, you can, if you want, you can copy and maybe you want to paste it at the bottom of this one. You can do all of that, but then I can just easily go in and save it to my OneDrive, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop. And then from there, okay, we're going to pretend that I'm saving it now. From there, you can easily share it with your colleagues for them to also go through it because you're all under one system. Any feedback from anybody? I would love to hear from you in the chat. While you're doing that, let me find another.
So, Lerato, while
Yes.
we're waiting for some feedback, we did have someone in the chat asking about if they could use the ATP. It would be nice to demonstrate a quick way of uploading either the CAPS or the ATP, and then prompting for a lesson plan or prompting for something that they can use that is basically the guideline is attached.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions or any feedback? Any feedback? Where's Mr. Sir who asked us to do? Now I've done your whole lesson, sir, and now you've missed out on it. Now you've missed out on it.
He's responded. He has responded. It makes sense and everything is aligned to CAPS document. Time is also fair to complete the lesson. So we have a thumbs up.
Awesome. And so I came in and said, listen, I'm coming in I'm not a maths teacher. I'm coming in as your assistant. So as an assistant who didn't know anything about the CAPS curriculum, ATPs, or any other thing, this is amazing because now you too, all I did was type in, please use the CAPS curriculum. So you can decide what you want to feed it. So I'm going to keep ooh, this is new. I love it. Ooh, okay. I'm going to keep the same lesson plan thing, and then I'm going to add content. Let me upload a file. Recents. I think it's in downloads. I do have the CAPS curriculum somewhere but I don't know which subject I had. CAPS curriculum.
If you want, Lerato, I can quickly demonstrate the CAT one because I have that one on speed dial.
Oh, okay. Let me show them with this one, and then Runé will go in and show for a high school lesson plan. What I do have is the one that we just saved right now. So remember, I made this one as a lesson plan. But guys, why don't you take your content from last year, 2 years ago, and then select and redo it? And you can add so I'm adding this. I could have also added the CAPS curriculum here and just make it work, like redo all your content in less than 10 minutes. There is nothing wrong. And honestly, we all should be re-looking our lesson plans, guys, from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, because we always need to flow with the kids, like the kid of now. What do I want my grade fours to know this time? I'm going to keep it the same, and I'm just going to say, please use this old, or actually, I don't even have to say anything, right, Runé? Please use this as a guide. You actually don't even have to say anything because it would have seen what you uploaded. And once again, in less than 2 minutes, it's now given me, I fed all my old content. And if your content is older than 3 years, guys, I would say, please include this. Maybe your school recently got tablets or iPads or computers. Why don't you include that? Because your lesson prep from 10 years ago and 5 years ago probably didn't have some of the your school didn't accommodate for a lot of things, but if your school is accommodating for that now, update your lesson plans, lovely people. So here we are, the hands-on activity, visual reasoning, independent practice, digital creation, and an exit ticket. It's now created content from my old lesson plans. Now, how amazing is this? Please can you all try it with your lesson plan? And also, this is nice, like I said, the enhance with AI. You can add more changes, add a scavenger hunt. My AI clearly loves a scavenger hunt. Use peer teaching for fraction comparison or provide instant feedback. There is so much that you can do. Okay, are there any questions?
We did have a question about multiple lesson plans at once.
So I see that now. So mine is not showing names. So I'm so sorry, guys, if I don't say the name that shows on the screen on your chat. But if you look here, no, let me not. Let me see. Let's actually let's say I do that. I just want to go back. Where's my stuff now? Is it gone? Recent. Oh no, I wanted to show them where it all saves, Runé.
Okay, so it would be under history if you have a look there. Because
it usually, so it's supposed to be here. I think I pressed discard by mistake. Oh gosh.
yes.
Okay, but lovely people. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, there's the CAPS curriculum stuff. Anyway, that's not the point. I'm so sorry. I didn't save it. Oh, that one I didn't click save on them, and they do show up here. So all my lesson planning will be here. If you are prepping for English, finish the English one. It will automatically, it will not automatically, it will save here, and then you can do your maths one. Like there's a teacher here that teaches grade 4, grade 7, and in between those, you're teaching different subjects. But your work will save. If you save your lesson plans, they will all save here. And then I can just go back into it. Oh, this is a quiz. But I can go back into my work and I can edit. I'm still coming to show you the quiz. Let me see, lesson planning. So if I go into this one, for example, it's there and I can still edit and go through it or enhance it and add more to it. Runé, did you want to show something or must I carry on with the lesson planning?
Yes, so I can just do one for high school quickly. And
Perfect. Let me stop sharing.
yes. So I did see that there was a question from Miss M, and I'll quickly just demonstrate as well. She had asked if it is under the library section. I'm just gonna ask if I can quickly share my screen, and then I'll just go through that to just do a quick demo. Right, so just to give you an example, just to touch on the library aspect. So library does not function or does not integrate within Teach. So library has more to do with the image generations and pages that we don't actually visit. So it would be under the Teach aspect, under history. It's just that Lerato didn't save hers and that's why hers didn't pop up, but it needs to be saved in order to be picked up under the history.
Will you show them, Runé?
Yes, I'll show them one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to show one that I commonly use for my subjects. We deal with some, I don't want to say boring, but theory is usually where I lose my students' engagement. And I really try and add some flavor, add some spice to it just to capture them because that's really a part of our curriculum that we struggle with in general. So under lesson plan, I would just, let me just say the subject is CAT, and I'm just using mine as an example. And I'm going to be using CAT for grade 10. And here is where I'm going to be uploading either the whole of my CAPS curriculum or just the section. So I'm going to upload the entire CAPS curriculum. And just so that you know, you'll see that you can upload any data type. So you can upload, a PDF, an image, any Word document. So anything that you want to use as a resource, you'll use it here. I'm just going to quickly go to where I've saved my CAPS. So here is my CAPS curriculum for CAT. And that's where you would upload your CAPS curriculum or your ATP. So what Teach and Copilot does, it scans through that entire document. But you as the expert and you as the teacher, you know the topic. So that's why it's also important to go through each and every aspect that it is going into in terms of the lesson planning. And also to touch on the lesson planning for 2 weeks, it wouldn't do it in this type of platform where it's integrated like that. I would encourage you to rather upload your CAPS document or what it is, and then ask it in the chat just to outline a plan how you can actually go into each lesson and to actually go and plan it correctly. So you can just go to the chat feature and upload, plan this for the next 2 weeks. How would you plan it? And just get an idea, because you are the experts in your field and we are using Teach and Copilot to enhance our lessons. So here I would ask to please create a fun, relevant lesson plan, say based on, let's say networks, because we deal with networks. Let's say networks for grade 10. Now, also here, sorry for my spelling, also here, what I want to encourage you is, as Lerato has mentioned, we need to think of the kids of today. We need to make it relevant, exciting, because we don't want to use old content and old concepts. We want to add the things that will make them interested in this. So I would say, please add realistic examples. Add, let's say, the lingo that they are using. Make it fun, make it funny, but relevant. So here is where you can go absolutely wild in terms of trying to add that flavor to your lessons. So please add realistic, let's say, funny examples, keeping it relevant. Keeping it relevant. And also what I found that also gets our students more engaged, we can add some links to some good YouTube videos. We can add some realistic things, make it based on a movie that's out there, that's relevant, that you know that's trending, that is something that is age appropriate. And obviously that's why you are the expert, so you would know. Also here, you can change it to anything. It doesn't have to be fixed to what you see on the screen. If our lessons are 50 minutes and 50 doesn't exist here, I can just type in 50 and it should still give me the 50 minutes. So it's flexible in that regard. So now I'm going to generate. And with this theory topic, as I've mentioned earlier, so you can, here I'm creating the lesson. From this, I want to create a quiz. And I know many of you might be using Microsoft Forms, or you might be using Kahoot. Whatever platform it is, it can be imported. So I'll just show you a quick example of how you can create that quiz, and then it marks it for you as well. So here it is, under a minute, it has created my lesson plan, fun, engaging. And as Lerato has showed, you can actually enhance each and every time. Now, this is the step that Lerato didn't do. That's why it didn't pop up under her history, the save to OneDrive, because she just didn't save it there. There's a draft. So if I were to save it here somewhere, it will pick it up in the history, and I'll show you an example. So I'm just going to go to my new folder. And look, there's my pet also chilling there. Okay. So now you'll see that I have my document, but you can see now it's already trying to ask you, do you want to add a quiz? You want to add flashcards? But I'm just going to wait here for now, just to show you where you'll find this again. So I'll return to home page. And then there you see here under the history, there is the history of what I've been accessing in the last days, the one-stop shop that you've been looking for. And if you wanted to go back into it, you can just go there. It will open up in the Word platform. So and I'm just going to sign in quickly. It will open up, branching you out into Microsoft Word. And there you can then, whoops, my password has changed. Sorry about that. Oops, I don't know why it doesn't want to access it now. Apologies. But this is basically where you'll access it. And then you can obviously make changes and access the different parts. And also you'll see the recent ones that you'll that it has accessed. You'll see that it would pick up, and this is a new feature that it actually has for you to access your recently accessed documents. So I'm just going to go back here, and I have saved it, so I just quickly want to use that to generate a forms quiz quickly. So I'm going to upload what I've just created, and I think I've saved it somewhere. Just see. Oh, so sorry. I just need to find, let me just open it again. Apologies. I just didn't want to accept my password in order to open it. So let me just try once more. Right. Oh, sorry about that, guys. It is acting up definitely. So I'm just going to try and just create it again. Create a fun relevant lesson plan based on the attached. Use realistic examples. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just creating it again, just so that I can show you how to generate the quiz. So here we are. And 50. Righty. Right, so while we are waiting, I just want to check in the chat, Lerato. Is there any questions yet?
I'm keeping tabs. There is one, and I can't wait to show her. Miss Siboni Siwe was asking about the FAL, the African languages. Miss Siboni Siwe, that's actually one of my favorite things, and I'll show you once we're done with this example, how it accommodates all the South African languages.
Okay, I'm just making sure where I'm saving it is the correct spot. Right. So now in here, I can ask it to please generate, where I saved it. There's generating a quiz. Right, so from here, you'll see that it already has the prompts. This is actually quite cool, Lerato. I didn't see that it does this so nicely now.
This is new. That's what I was saying, guys. The new updates will always blow you away. The more you play. This wasn't here when we did a session. Well, the last time we did, we played on Teach. Yes. So this is really, really amazing.
Okay, so without me having to type in anything, I just selected create the quiz option. It already had this prompt for me. It gave me the resource that it created using the CAPS document. Here it asks for number of questions, the quiz duration, and I'm just going to leave the defaults as is, and I'm going to generate. So also with this, let me just retry it. Okay.
Oh, there it is. I mean, I hope you can all see the ease of this.
Yep, I see that it is giving me some technical difficulty in generating. I'm just trying once more. And let me just go back and just remove the CAPS document. It might be the CAPS document that is causing that. Yep, and it was. So it's just finalizing my quiz based on that attachment that I've created from my CAPS document. And here is a multiple choice. Here you'll see at the top, it will also ask and it will give suggestions in what you can add to your quiz. And this is what you can share with your students, either in the form of a quiz. Let me just show you the preview. You can share it either using the forms feature, or you can print it out and have it ready for your kids. So it's important to review, because I see that it has points allocated for each, but this is where you as the expert, you come in, and then you just make sure that your points align to what you would want your quiz about. And then you'll see at the top, there's suggestions. So you can just select the different types of options that it gives. And this is just you reviewing. So I'm just going to pretend that I have reviewed everything and I'm happy. So once I save, you'll see it becomes a Microsoft form. It's integrated into this platform. So if you want to preview, this is what your students would see on their side. Oh, I'm hitting the stumbling block again. Let me just try again. Just signing in. Right. It allowed me, I'm not sure why it didn't previously, but this is what your students would see. This is what they would see on their end, and you could easily share it because it becomes a Microsoft form. So you would go and share the link. So you would get a pre-filled link and you can share it with them. You can either print it so that if you don't use devices in your class, you can just have it ready after the lesson and you can share it with your students. And then this is basically how we can create the resource and also the quiz and mark it for you, because once you collect responses, once they've completed it digitally, you can collect the responses and off you go. You have created an activity for your students and actually to test them based on what they have learned from that specific lesson. And then if you go back, you'll see that it will pop up under the history. So everything that you've created, it will pop up there. Right. So Lerato, do you have one with the languages you said you wanted to show?
Yes, I'm just asking Miss Bonisiwe, please in the chat pop in the theme and the grade. If you could put it in the chat for us, please. Okay, and while she's doing that, let me share my screen again. Are there any questions thus far, lovely people? Let's see. You please use your react buttons there on top. How are you feeling? Are you feeling excited? Are you loving it? Send us a heart, clap hands, thumbs up, shock emoji. Let's see how you are feeling, or put it in the chat. How are you feeling? Lovely, 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 lovely. All the content we've shown you so far, we hope you are loving it. Please share the theme. Is there a hand up, or was somebody just? Is there a hand up? Oh, okay. So, is there a question, or am I missing something?
I think there is a hand up, and I just want to check. Anhlulo Makabele. Just want to check if we can unmute your mic and you can ask. Oh, the hand is down. Maybe it was a false alarm.
Oh, okay, cool. While I wait for Sibonisile, let me move. Oh.
It's on again. So can we maybe just unmute? I'm going to try so that you can ask your question quickly. Hello. Hey, you can try and unmute yourself. We've allowed your mic.
Okay. Thank you so much and good afternoon. I just wanted to check because I think I'm not the only one who is having a challenge in terms of having that teach tab in Copilot. I do have Copilot and I've logged in with my school account, but I don't have that teach tab there appearing in my thingy interface, so to say. So I just
Okay.
wanted to check, does it come by default or one has to like add it from somewhere? Thank you.
Oh,
So,
excellent question. Okay, Renee can take over, and we also have
okay.
Malcolm and Jonathan who want to go into detail with it.
Okay, I think let me hand over to them because it's not really technical, but I think they would have a better answer for it.
Malcolm, do you
Well,
want to help?
hi
Oh, there's
guys.
Jonathan.
Yes, we have come across this challenge in the past. What you have to do is please speak to your school IT administrator or the person that looks after your Microsoft profiles. They just have to activate or provision your profile so that you see the teach functionality. Um, s- Cases in the past, it's teach. I think it was the reading coach as well that didn't display. But there's just some settings that they have to do on the background from an administration point of view, and that will sort that issue out.
And it's
Um,
really quick. It's just a
yeah,
toggle away. So
it's
once
literally
they
a toggle. They're literally turning on a light switch, basically.
and it's absolutely free. So there's no charge to it. It's free. It comes with the Copilot package as a teacher. So there's no cost to it.
And lovely people, you would have also seen on Renee's one, she had agents, which we are going to get into shortly, and I don't. So like we didn't toggle that for me. So it's literally not a heavy thing. The admin just goes in and changes the settings for all the teachers to have access to certain profiles. Alrighty, so okay, you know what? Let me do this, and then I'm going to come back to the languages so that we also still have time for study and learn, Renee. Okay, so lovely people, this one is nice. And these are not grayed out anymore. This is super cool. I'm not going to get into them by detail because I honestly have not played with them. But with that said, I do want to show you the one that I use, and I do want to show you what each thing is. So this one is modify reading level. And this is we were looking into it, and it's similar to using Coach, right, Renee?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. And then the one where we do get questions a lot, it's the same thing where it aligns to standards. So the standards, it's not South African standards. So we're not here yet. So if you see here, Ireland, unless they've secretly popped in South Africa while we were not looking, Renee, but I doubt it. So it's other countries that are here. Um, the one that I'm super excited for is the differentiated examples. But with that said, I use these in the lesson plan itself. So this one, it's to meet diverse needs. And I mean, how amazing is that? Guys, the amount of things that Microsoft is opening up to make available for us to support our student. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, this wasn't something that was as highlighted. But if you notice in some of the examples we've shown you, it talks about differentiated needs because we do have those learners that do need the extra support. I am going to jump into homework and assessment. Now, we have rubric and quiz, which are absolutely, absolutely my favorite. I am going to start with the quiz. So let's say, so if you look here, create my own quiz, multiple choice, short answer, true or false, automatically aligned to your learning objectives and ready to assign and share with students. So I am going to use the Zulu. I think she said Zulu. Oh, let's see. So, lovely lady, let me check the isiXhosa. I am once again an assistant in your classroom. Renee showed you that new feature that it comes up at the bottom when you've done a lesson plan. With this one, I am going to, I did copy and paste. I'm going to say introduce in isiXhosa grade one. Grade one, please align with the CAPS curriculum, and please can the wait before I show this, let me leave it here and then I'll show you. So introduce a phonic sound. There we go. Uh, a quiz introducing a phonic sound in isiXhosa. Okay, so if this is open, that means I'm ready. So this is for grade 1, and remember, we don't need the standards because they are not aligned with us yet. One thing at the bottom here, if you look at the practice mode, this is super cool because it means you are sending it for, let's say you are still, because like Miss Sibonisile said, she's still introducing the sound. So she can turn on where it's practice mode, where the students then, it's not testing them, it's not assessing them. So it's self-paced, it's easy for them, and then we generate. And Runé did mention with any AI, you just need to go in and check. There's a few things we noticed, and we'll check now, Runé. Okay, so ma'am, we are going to go through this with you. Sibonisile, are you ready? Okay. Okay, what is the main focus? Which isiXhosa word contains the sound? And there we go. If I click on answer explanation, the sound present in hlala, not in other options. So it just gives you a little thing there. And then I'm going to scroll down. How do you pronounce the sound in isiXhosa? A soft, breathy. So next time, actually, I should have asked you for a theme, like with the hlala. So maybe we do the body using the word hl. Which of these words does not have the hl sound? What is the English meaning of hlala? Miss Bonisila, are you seeing here? So here's Mina. I'm not Xhosa, but I want to ask Mr. Bonisile because I think is it Xhosa or is this more on the Zulu side? Has she responded there, Runé?
Yes, I see. I saw a thumbs up, so it should be good.
Oh, nice, nice, nice.
A quick
And if you
one
see,
also.
yes, yes.
I'm so sorry. So I'm not too sure if you were going to go there, but just so that the instructions itself is also in isiXhosa.
So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back.
Perfect.
So I'm just thinking if Miss Bonisiwe is doing grade 1s, if it is it a, because we always have to consider if you are, oh, no problems, Bonisiwe, you can just type, sorry, my darling. Renee can help you with unmuting.
I'll
And I'm
quickly
thinking,
unmute.
Miss Bonisile, if you are teaching this, doing this with the whole class, this could also be something you put up on the smart board if you have one, and actually discuss and work through it with the learners, because these are grade 1s. Which isiXhosa word means wash, and then they can put it in. You can work with them. So, are you happy with it, though, Miss Bonisile, so far?
I have.
I am not quite happy because I thought the questions will be in isiXhosa, but I can see where it goes.
Yes, so
So
I'm gonna
I
show
can
you
say
that
3 out of
option
5.
too.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you that option. So lovely people, the options, because right now, I mean, I didn't ask it to do it in full on isiXhosa, and also you can do it as you please. So this is just option 1, and also if you want to edit, Miss Sibonisiwe, you can also go in. Everyone is editable, so you can change this and say yipi gama with the sound. So you can easily go in if it doesn't allow. Now, please note the following, and that's why we are on basic right now. Renee, if I do miss explaining this, Renee and I have noticed there are different ones. So the other account that we use under our school one, which is unfortunately not active right now, it is more advanced, if that's the word to use. Basic does keep the features more limited, but when I say limited, still 100% powerful. So these are just the little things you just need to note of. So excuse me, if you do have basic, no stress, but there are different features that do allow in Copilot, depending on your school. Okay, so these are the things that Runé was telling you about. You can enable practice mode, which we did, where, you know, if the kids are on holiday and you just want them to work on it at their own pace, you can do that. And this is just the theme, the response, set quiz end time. Maybe you want to open it on a Monday and close it again next Monday so that the kids have time and you set this as their homework. When I'm done, I press save, collect responses, and I can choose only my kids. I want only my kids in St. Stithians, copy the URL, and then I can also share it onto Teams. So I can easily share it to Teams and select the Teams channel I want to share it to. Okay, Miss Bonisile says she wants to be 100% happy. Let's see if we can make her 100% happy. A quiz in only isiXhosa. So are there any Afrikaans teachers here? Are there any Afrikaans, Zulu, Sotho teachers? So what I'm thinking is, at your schools, you now have this amazing opportunity where one teacher can just do the quiz in the one language and then share it or in all the languages, cutting the work in half, because this is about sharing the workload, working together, collaborating. Or if your school, if you need to align with the schools in your area, why doesn't somebody else actually do the quiz for that theme? If the theme is, okay, so this is what Runé and I had noticed. So Runé, it's still doing it under basic. I don't know if I've lost Runé there, but do you see what I meant, lovely people? So my account is only allowing it for it to, it still gives me in English. Spell the Xhosa word for respect. It just gives me the words and everything, but it's asking the kids in English. It does look different on a different account, but Ms. Sibonisile, I did cut about 2 hours of work for you. You have the quiz. So now what you can do is just go in and you can just fix these ones and write them in isiXhosa. Are there any other, oh yay, I'm happy you're happy now. Are there any other FAL teachers here? Okay, let me see. I want another, there was a fun theme here. I'm going to make an example with, there were Mr. Marty Struwig. Are you still there? I think you teach Afrikaans.
And we also have Nomasonto Msibi, who is FEL.
Do you guys see how you can use this in your FEL departments? Is this something Afrikaans, Zulu, Sotho, Xhosa, Setswana? Do you guys see how easy it is? And actually, let me, can any of the FEL teachers please just give me a theme, like a topic, like make it like trees, the body, the lichaam, whatever you guys are learning right now. While they are doing that, I'm going to go into the rubric. Guys, suggests criteria, provides preset performance levels, generated rubric completely filled out and easy to edit, ready for sharing and exporting. So I am going to use, there's a lovely teacher here. The title is Creative Arts. Fashion design. This is for, I think she said grade 8 or 9. Description. Please generate a rubric for my grade 8 creative arts and focusing on fashion design. Okay, once again, I don't need the standards and I'm going to go next. Look here, guys, it asks you what criteria, it gives you a rubric scale. You can pick. exceeds, meets standards. You can also delete, you can also type in your own in custom. So you can delete or you can add new levels. So you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to keep this one. And look here, I don't know who the teacher was because I can't see names. The lovely grade 8 creative arts and fashion design teacher. Look here, it's already given me examples and I'm going to add all of them because like I said, I'm your intern or your assistant teacher and I want to make sure that my teacher is happy. And I can ask it to regenerate, but for now, I'm going to generate in less than 5 minutes. Now, I would have done the lesson plan in Teach. I would have done the rubric in Teach. I would have done the quiz in Teach. Everything in Teach for me to share. And if you look here, ma'am, is she in the chat, Renee? If you could check, there's a creative arts fashion design teacher here. How does this look so far? Keeping in mind that you can also still edit and type in any extra things. How is it looking so far, ma'am? Or sir?
She says it's perfect.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. And then
it's Miss Van Staden.
Hello, Yuffie van Staden. I can also go in and enhance with AI. So, Yuffie, I can also go in and say, add examples of each level criteria, clarify what unique idea means in context, specify types of materials. Let's add these two. And you can say, do you want to just concise or expanded? Maybe for these kids, we just wanted concise. And then I regenerate the rubric.
Oh, if I can just mention, Lerato, this rubric feature is my go-to. I just love the rubric generation. It integrates so lovely into Teams as well. So if you save it onto OneDrive and you're using Teams in your classroom, you'll see that you can easily just import it and then you can upload and mark digitally from here. And I think that is just the bonus for me. I use this each and every time.
I mean, this is incredible. And then you've now, guys, this is all about saving you time. And what Miss Van Staden then does, she sits and she goes through the content. Maybe she wants to edit some stuff. She can do that. Then I'm just going to save it to, this time around, let me save it onto documents and save. Because last time I didn't save and I couldn't show you guys all the awesome things. Okay, view document. And there is my quiz. Now, this is nice. Not my quiz, my rubric. I can ask the department to look through it before I finalize it. And maybe you guys do have your own school template that you do use before you, once you've finalized. And I hope you can do this for any of your subject. So let me go back. Let me go home. You see, this time I did save. So under homework, we have the rubric and we have the quiz. Are there any questions around this? Especially around the rubric. Okay. I am going to go into this because Renee is going to go into study and learn. So I want to start at the top again. So if I was doing the creative arts fashion design lesson plan, I would have done the lesson plan, and then I would do a quiz and a rubric. And if you want to also go in here, and I'm thinking more this one for Miss Van Staden's classroom, she can pick one and go into it. And now we're going to go into this one. Can I have a primary school? Can I have a primary school maybe? Because this is also fun for big kids. I'm just let me use, what can I use? Let me start with the flashcards. AI generated term definition pairs from your topic. Students flip cards and self-assess their knowledge. Great for vocabulary. This is also new, this thing of it showing me all these cool things. Okay. Is there anybody that wants us to pick their topic? Or must I just do anyone, Renee?
Let me have a look. I think we could use, I'm just randomly picking from the chat here.
Any English teachers in the chat? We've done grade 4 maths.
We've
done Any topic.
Okay, let's just give it a moment in the chat.
Quick fingers. Let's see who's got the quickest tap fingers to give us a theme, a grade, and a topic. Or must I just create my own? Because then I can show them. So guys, with everything we're doing here, you can always add your own content. So if you have something you've created, or if you have for grade 1s and 2s, if you have a list of words and you want to make them into flashcards or something, add your content. Okay, must I just use my own, Runé?
I think use your own. We haven't had any response yet.
Let me use the one we already have here. I'm going to use the grade 4 one because we already did that all together. Select. Okay, then I'm going to say, please. Oh, I actually don't even have to say anything, it seems. Grade 4. Let's do term and definition and multiple choice and generate. All I did was put in my lesson plan. I mean, not my lesson. Yes, that was the lesson plan. Okay, maths teachers. You can save the activity. You can also preview the activity. And this is how the kids get it. Now, guys, this is amazing. Think of this as an extension. While you're doing work with some other kids, if you have rotation stations, these kids are working independently on their own. What does the denominator in a fraction represents? And it's self-paced. You can give them their whiteboards, they write their answer, and then they can see if they got the answer right. Maybe we say A, and I said, oh, I got it wrong. It's B, the total number of equal parts. Next, which fraction is bigger? And they can check if they got it right. So what this does, it just gives it allows for them to answer on their whiteboard, and then they can click. And then if they got it, they can say if they got it wrong or right. So I'm still learning that one. What is the fraction if you shade out 3 equals? And I'm going to say C. And if I got it wrong on my whiteboard, or let's say, so wrong is this, still learning. Oh, oopsie. Ah, goodness. Okay, there we go. The top number tells how many parts are being considered, and I got that right. A quarter, then they give the definition on the whiteboard. I know this. This is something that you can give to the students for them to use as extra practice. They're not being tested. They're just learning and extending on the concepts that you have just introduced. Let me save this activity. Okay, and I can view the flashcards, and then I'm going to show you how to share with the kids. So right now, if it's school holidays, or if you know that there are some learners that need extra time on something, you can use activities like this. See, while that is still loading, I am going to go home, and then there's fill in the blanks. And I'm going to add the content again using that same example. Should we do the creative arts fashion design? This one, this time, select it. And I want it to be media, and I'm going to press generate. Guys, this works from grade 1 and if you don't have devices, you can just put this up on your screen and work with your learners. It's still loading there. Work with your learners and say, okay, guys, here's the question. What do you all think? Write it on your whiteboard. Have them put it down. The older kids, make it an activity where you either pair them up, but these are, from the lesson plan in Teach to the quizzes, to the rubrics, to now this. Look at how many things we've created all under one umbrella. Okay, I'm going to press play. Miss Van Staden, can you let us know what you think of this? Again, guys, this is interactive. It's gamified. You've just created something super awesome for the learners. When a fashion design stands out with a unique idea, it shows strong originality. I'm going to guess originality. Something using bold combinations like bright red, yellow demonstrates creative, use of color, creativity in materials. I'm just going to guess. What do you think of this? Is she, sorry guys, I don't know what I did there. Messiness. And then I can go in here and check. And then they get feedback. Now, oh, there she is. Miss Van Staden says, very good and lekker. Now, Miss Van Staden, see how you can use something like this in your classroom. You've introduced fashion designs, and you want the kids to keep, for their knowledge to keep enhancing. Make activities like this, guys, and show answers for them, and it shows this. And they can try the activity again later. And there's more. There's 2 activities. Guys, how awesome. And what Runé and I specifically love about this feature in Teach, it's gamified. Our students love anything that is gamified, that is engaging, that is fun. They get to sit there. You can pair them up, make it a fun thing, or say, group 1, you do this, group 2, you do this. And I mean, guys, look at this. You've created a fun, interactive activity. And in the meantime, Miss Van Staden is going around working with kids that need extra support. So she's not worrying about these learners. Or Miss Van Staden is sitting there. There's music playing in the classroom. All the learners are busy. Some are doing the flashcards, which are still loading. And some are doing this. Everybody is kept busy. And I got all those wrong, Miss Van Staden. Show the answers and continue. And I can try again later, retry, start over. A fun thing, they are not being assessed. It's just helping them either prep for a test or just you've introduced a topic. If you are all not blown away by this, can you? I need some reactions in the chat, because this is one of my favorite features, the learning activities. And then the last one is this one, and I'm just gonna, let's see, upload files. Oh, actually, I've uploaded. So this one, I'm just going to say, please. Oh, no, Renee, please create content for coding and robotics technology for grade 5. And I don't have anything to add. I don't have content, and I just asked it to generate. Let's see what it gives us. The first 2 examples, I gave it content. This one, I just typed in something. Guys, you can do this within the lesson. If you are seeing that, wait a minute, my kids are not understanding, and I'm going to generate 3 more because that's too short. It doesn't have enough. If I see that my kids are still not understanding, I can add. And look at this. Generate 3 more. I can keep adding. And then in everything in Copilot, you can, in Teach, include cards about programming languages, add more detail to definitions. I'm going to choose this one and this one. Regenerate all. Add 3 more. And then let's play. Let's do the preview, because when I save, it seems to take forever. My name, again, gamification for kids, guys. My name is Coda Girl. And start game. A fun game, guys. And now they have to play a matching game. Now watch this and look, there's a timer. Okay, coding, programming language. Okay, algorithm, step by step. Debugging. There we go. Robot. I got that wrong. Programming language sense. So I love what it does when they get something. Ooh, there we go. Hibo. Okay, well, you guys get oopsie, you guys get the gist. A sensor, the process, a device. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. A fun game Look at this. Which kid wouldn't like to see this? Oh, ma'am, look what I got. I want to play again. You've created this in... Oh, guys, is this one not ready yet? I want to show you how to share it with the kids. Damn it. Exit preview mode, save activity. So all of them, view matching game. I don't know why they're taking forever to load, Runé. But once again, I easily... Oh, here, this one is ready. Look at this. There it is. And they would get it so they can also play it like this. So they get it like this. And so you actually also get to see how the students see it. I was sharing exit preview mode. And I'm going to share. Imagine you can put this up in the class and they're all playing. Oh, actually, this one, you put it up in the class and they enter the join code. Oh, yeah, this was the fun part. Put it up on the screen or do it as a whole class or copy the link, put it in their Teams and everybody joins the classroom. How fun is that? How fun is that? I need some reactions because I'm about to hand over to Runé. While I'm stopping to share, I'm going to go back here real quick. I need some reactions. So, yes, guys, this is incredible. This is incredible. Now, let's start from the beginning. You now can do your curriculum planning. I'm going to use Miss Van Staden for the creative arts fashion design. She's going to do her lesson plan, and then she's going to do her rubric. Ooh, oopsie. And then she's going to do her quiz, and then she's going to have learning activities for the kids. How amazing. I hope you are all blown away because this is incredible. Okay. Any questions? And then I'm going to, should I go back to the presentation, Runé? For then. Any questions at all? Okay, so we've gone through the curriculum planning, modifying existing content. That one actually we're all going to go through together next time. Homework and assessment, and learning activities. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Copilot Teach. Any questions, lovely people? But I'm handing over to Runé now.
Thank you so much, Lerato. Right, so Lerato was basically explaining what the teacher can do. So the teacher is doing the teach things. So the teacher goes and creates all of the resources. What I am going to demonstrate now is how the students can actually help themselves. So in the real world, realistically now, our kids have access to all the different platforms that can help them in terms of AI. So they ask a question and it just gives them the answers. So the new feature that's available absolutely for free, again, you will just need to get your IT department to activate it with a toggle, is this Study and Learn. So what Study and Learn does is that it makes students actually learn. So there is a mode, or it's called in a Socratic mode. It's used to actually teach the students. So what they currently are doing is, and I actually want to demonstrate the example here quickly. So under the new chat, so whatever platform they're using, they're going to be chatting with whatever it is to get an answer. An example of this is if I maybe ask it, as a student, I'm asking, what is an algorithm, right? I'm just asking it, and what does the normal chat feature do? It gives me the answer. As a student, how am I going to learn from this if it keeps giving me answers, right? So the difference here is, if I go to Study and Learn, and this is a feature designed for students on the other hand. So just as Teach is designed for the teachers, creating the resources, giving whatever quizzes it is, being in charge of the content that they actually practice, Study and Learn is now something for the students. And this is, I've seen it be commonly used in more of the senior grades because it helps them prepare for whatever assessment they have. I've seen many students also trying to use whatever apps there is out there to create little quizzes for themselves, to create things to just test their knowledge on. And this is what Study and Learn is about. So instead of the teacher now creating all of those quizzes, they can gather their resources and quiz themselves to prepare themselves better. So I've asked it what an algorithm is, and here it is. It gives me the answer. As a student, I won't be able to memorize this. Tomorrow, if I go back in class, I would have forgotten what the actual definition is. So if I go to study and learn, it's an agent. It is designed to not just give the answers. It is designed to actually let the students learn from it. So they would then reach this page and select any of these. Now, how it works is understand. So if they click on understand, it would just add the prompt. And I'm just going to say, what is an algorithm? I know my English is not Englishing now, but it would know what I'm saying. Right. Can you help me understand what is an algorithm? Right. So look at how meaningful this answer is. It asks the users, okay, when you hear the word algorithm, what is it that you think about? So it interacts with the student. It doesn't just give the answers. So if they want to understand, especially new concepts, and if you know that you are, covering new big words in your class, this would be a great way of just asking the students how they can actually help themselves. Because at the end of the day, students also need to know how to help themselves. And this is a good way of just getting students more engaged in their own learning. So here they can sort of have a conversation to actually understand the concepts, and that is the understand option. Now the flashcards, right? Create flashcards about algorithms. And I want you to see, and this is exactly what Lerato created as the teacher, but now it is, let me just say yes. I don't want to upload. Let me say no. Please generate. Sorry. Right. So now I'm asking it to generate. It's trying to generate. And then what it does is it's going to give students a quiz that they have created, not the teacher, but where they basically have decided on what it is that they need to understand a little bit better. Right. So here it is. Here's the flashcards. And again, with this one, for example, students can also go into it, change whatever it is that they see on the front side, add a picture. They can share it with their friends to say, oh, wow, look what cool quiz flashcards I've created. And this is how how things stuck. Or if they want to add whatever it is that helps them memorize certain things, they can add pictures, and the back side basically gives the answer. And this is just a hint that they can give. So if they want to see what it looks like, this is the preview. In the corner would be the hint. And then there is what the new term is. And if they tap or they click on it, it will give them the answers. And if they feel comfortable with how they understand the concept, they would either say, I know this, or they would say, I'm still learning. So this is just one way of students learning new concepts. So then they can go back. Again, there's a quiz. The quiz is in the Microsoft form style. So if I use the same concept here, I just want you to see what it looks like. And it would create the quiz. It will ask, do you have resources or do you have anything else? And I will say, create it, generate the quiz. So another nice thing is that encourage your students to write so that they can have that content to upload. So that if they have made their own notes in class, it would be so beneficial because then they can use their understanding to just upload, and then it doesn't just use the words that the internet or Copilot makes use of. It actually relates to what they've been covering in class. And that is something that I find is so useful. So while it's busy waiting, are there any questions so far?
Nothing yet. Nothing yet, Runé. Lovely people. Just share in the chat because, I mean, look at this. We're now putting that onerous learning, self-paced learning back to the learner. Incredible content here for our learners too. So please, if you have anything, share it in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We're almost there. You guys have been incredible. Share in the chat.
Right. Bulelwa's hand is up, and I think she might have a question. So I'm just going to quickly unmute Bulelwa's mic so that she can ask her question. Right, go for it. Okay, Bulelwa, you can unmute yourself. We've given you access. All right, while we wait for Bulelwa, this is the quiz that it generated, and then students can check their knowledge and see how they have understood the content, and it just continues matching and fill in the blanks. The same way Lerato has demonstrated how it does for the teacher, it actually looks exactly the same how students can create it. So this is just what it looks like on the student end. And then also they can find their history at the bottom and what they have created in terms of their resources. And I just quickly want to go into the quiz that I've created so that I can share how students would be able to share it. So here's the quiz, and then they can either copy it or export it into Word, or then go back into the forms that they've created. It will also pop up in the history of their Microsoft Forms. So it doesn't just pop up here, it also does it so in the history of forms, and you'll just share it with a link. And that's how students can also collaborate with each other and learn more. Bulelwa, are you ready to ask your question?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, everyone?
All good, Bulelwa. How are you feeling about this session so far?
It's great, but I want to put some finger and trigger some thinking so that we safeguard the way we use AIs. When we are using this platform, this AI tool, the aim is to teach with it, not through it.
Correct.
Therefore, we have to bear in mind and ask ourselves these questions. How do I know as a teacher who actually learned? And I must exercise and bear in mind the overuse of these platforms by learners because they risk dehumanized learning. Because the aim here is to develop their cognitive skills, critical thinking skills, so that they become inventors and creators on their own. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you so much, Bulelwa.
Thank you, Bulelwa. Bulelwa, just to add on to that, because we are always, the kids need to be creators, not consumers of technology. So, Bulelwa, what Runé and I have been doing with not just our school, but a lot of schools, is we've been doing a lot of research. Guys, your kids are using AI and they are not using it correctly. What you need to do in your classrooms is take the time and teach AI, teach it how to use it ethically. We do a thing called human HI before AI, human interaction before human intelligence before artificial intelligence. So with what Bulelwa is saying, always keep in mind that you need to always, we put AI under digital literacy. As much as you're teaching kids to be safe online, you need to include AI in that. So an AI teaching does not belong to just the techie teacher or the IT teacher. The grade naught teacher, the matric teacher, the grade 5 teacher, we all need to take on the responsibility. The research we did showed a number of students have access to AI at home. They have their parents are allowing them to use their AI. Also, unfortunately, guys, if you see on the phones now, what Google also has done is now it automatically asks them for the AI version. AI is literally, it's growing in front of our eyes and in front of our kids. What we can do as educators is to teach, teach, explain it to them, teach them the ethics, teach them how to use it for enhancing critical thinking, like Bulelwa says. Guys, teaching AI, I teach grade 3s. in every lesson, and my grade 3s, the only thing they've done with AI is they've just learned how to generate a picture because they are learning how to prompt. So prompting is also an important thing. You need to make sure that you are the leader in making sure that your learners understand, number one, what AI is, instead of them just using every tool. And that's why we are saying, bring it back to your school environment. Keep it in your school environment. It is safe. There is nothing funky that they can search. There is nothing funky that's going to creep in. We get alerts when our kids do anything funky under our Microsoft system. It is very important that all of us, every teacher on this call, takes on the responsibility of being the one that teaches their kids about AI. You have to remember, they must remember the human element. They must remember that they must use it ethically because the kids are using it. And we did research from a variety of schools. Low quintile schools. Runé and I were in Limpopo, and we spoke to the educators there. Their kids are using AI. They're using their parents' phones, and their parents have free versions of Copilot, ChatGPT, Gemini. Guys, if it's not contained, the best thing we can do for our kids is keep it under the school umbrella and teach it every day. Digital literacy is important, but also you guys are here today. Your teachers that are here today, digital literacy, you need to take it back to your colleagues that couldn't make it here today. We are all responsible. And also sessions with your parents. Our parents were blown away and they were shocked at what they don't know or what they're doing wrong. So the teaching doesn't end at just your subject. You also need to teach these kids how to ethically use any digital tool, but AI is growing fast and fast. And this is very, very important. Bulelwa, thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, if anything you want to add to that, Runé.
Yes, and that's why Study and Learn is so different. And that's why Study and Learn encourages students to understand the type of content that they're actually getting instead of just getting the answers like they would on Google, Chat, or wherever it is that they're accessing it. The Study and Learn feature allows for them to understand and allows for them to test their knowledge because that's what we want them to do. Right. I think, are there any further questions? Because this is Study and Learn. This is what it is. Basically, there's nothing else to it. It just encourages students to actually learn from the notes that they've been making or learn from whatever has been covered in class and not just getting the answers.
And I just want to also add on to that. As I said earlier, how we use this especially is in a session. If I have, guys, some of us have classrooms with 40-something kids. If you have kids, you can now have a section of kids doing the matching activity, a session of kids where they're writing or tearing paper, manipulatives. So we're not saying you know your students. This is just another way for you to have all your work ready by cutting all those hours. You can now focus on the kids that need you or your classroom for that extra fun activity that you've been planning. Use AI for things like that for your classroom. Also for you who feels you're losing your kids in the classroom. How are you going to enhance the teaching and learning? Use it for that, but always keep yourself as a teacher. My AI has learned because I always say fun, Beyonce themed. I always use Beyonce for my younger learners. I mean, they're learning a Beyonce dance right now because of following instructions for coding. And we watched a Beyonce video and they're learning how to dance. I can't dance either. But I got that idea from a lesson plan that AI generated to say, I really want to do something fun and creative, offline coding, because I do a lot of offline coding. And we do that even with the high school kids. So how are you going to use AI to enhance your teaching environment and also support your learners?
Thanks for that, Lerato. We can go back to the slide that you were sharing. So I'm just going to stop sharing.
Okay. Are there any questions, lovely people? or anything anybody wants to share, just like Bulelwa shared, because that was awesome. Anybody else want to unmute and share something with us? We have about 10 more minutes.
We have Letabo's hand up. Let's just unmute Letabo. Right. You have been given access, Letabo.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask how I could best accommodate or rather use the tool because I teach grade 1, and so far I have enjoyed using it to set assessments. But beyond that, I use it also for worksheets. But in terms of interaction with learners, how best can I actually go about it?
So, lovely lady, a fun thing that you could do if you do have a smart board, I would use like the matching activities, have the kids come up and or do it as a class thing somewhere. If you don't have devices for you, and these activities are open that even if you don't have devices for each learner in the classroom, if you have a smart board and your laptop and you just put it up on the screen and just get the kids going. If you've introduced a new word of the week or a new sound of the week, just like Siboni Silet is doing for her grade 1s, then put it up on the screen, use the flashcards, ask them the questions, and then when you flip it over, get the reaction from the learners. Also, I love to have their whiteboards there with them. Have their whiteboards there. You have the first question and say, okay, you have 5 seconds to write the answer. What sound does a cat make, or whatever your fun thing you're doing. Have them write it if they're learning at words, and then have them all put it up. Flip the flashcard over. The example where we showed with fill in the blanks, work with the students so you can make it interactive with that way. I love anything that includes a whiteboard because they can erase their mistakes and start again. It's fun. They're not being assessed, but they're also learning at the same time with that activity. Hope that gives you an idea. Yes, a projector. So even with your laptop, so if your laptop connects to the projector, I'm just saying smartboard or projector, that also works. So if you can mirror onto the projector, you're absolutely also good to go. Yeah, some of the activities, I mean, if you make them and then get them to play and interact with you, it becomes such a busy and fun environment before the start of the day. So maybe you introduced the at sounds a week before. Now you want to see their understanding with the flashcards, with the matching, with the fill in the blanks. Do that as a class activity and then start the day again.
Okay. You can go on to the next one, and just to answer on Lindiwe, the agent is already there. So it has been designed by Microsoft themselves, and it has been pre-created. So all you need to do is just get in touch with your IT administrator, who will then just need to toggle it on the same way Teach is toggled on. Perfect. Right, go on to the next slide, please.
Oh, okay. So this is...
Right, I think we have
we're actually at our end.
Yes. We're at the end, and if there are no questions, any more questions that you may have?
Or anything anybody wants to share.
Right, so while you are thinking of that, I'm just going to go on to the Microsoft Learn platform. So you may have seen that each and every time there's a new tool. And I'm sure many of you thought especially about this one, oh, not another AI tool, not another one. But I can guarantee you in the Copilot suite, that's where the new features are being released just to enhance your experience, just to make sure that everything is kept in one place, safe and protected. So if you have, for example, if you have if you want to continue your learning journey with Microsoft and the new tools that they create and make available, like today's session, if you go to Teach, you'll see, and if you scroll more below your history, there's the resources. So if you want to continue your learning journey and you want to just recap what we've done today, you can go to the resources that's been made available. I just want to show you what it looks like. So if you have clicked on one of the links, here is the Microsoft Learn platform. And this is also the platform that gets you those badges that we were talking about at the start of the presentation. So you'll have to sign in and create an account. It keeps track of your learning progress. And you also get those badges once you've done these training sessions, additional to whatever you have that you can add to your professional digital platforms. So here you'll see everything that we've done today is also here under Teach. It has a quick little, under Microsoft Learn, it has a quick little module assessment. And here you can also just consolidate what we've been covering today. So just to go back to where you can find it, I'm just going to share my screen again. So you'll find it under the Copilot Teach resources, and here you'll see there are more. It's not just about Teach. There you'll see that there's more features. If you don't know Microsoft Teams, or if you think that you're struggling with the different aspects that is available within Copilot and Teams, here is where you can find those resources to just go back and just to help yourself in terms of understanding how each tool works. Right. Any questions so far? That's it from my side.
I have some guys in the chat with their hands up. I'm not sure if Lilwe and Letabo have gone already, but Lindiwe also has a hand up. I have given them mic access, so you're welcome to unmute and ask your question.
Afternoon, colleagues. Thank you again, once again, to Runé, Lerato, and the team for such a wonderful presentation. I just wanted to quickly remind colleagues that we still have 3 more sessions to go. There's another session tomorrow and 2 more next week, Monday and Tuesday, the 24th and the 25th. So if you haven't already registered, please do register so that you receive those links, so that you continue to receive such wonderful tools that are freely available to us as educators to enhance our teaching and learning. Thank you, colleagues.
Lindiwe, thank you so much. Guys, I just want to send a huge round of applause to, thank you, Lindiwe, but to all of you teachers. Guys, there's nothing I admire more as a teacher than us look at us. We still want to learn, we still want to grow, we still want to teach. And this shows that we are really ready for making education awesome in South Africa. This really is super special to me. I get goosebumps. It's a Monday. We all showed up, and you guys, we learn from you too. So that's why we keep saying, please share with us, share. And we may not be super experts at everything, but we are educators like you who are taking our classrooms back, our teaching back, our learning back, and putting our students at the forefront. Guys, I'm so grateful for you guys because you are super amazing. After this, please, you need something. If you have children, they must go massage you, have a beautiful dinner. Oh, guys, teaching, I love teachers. I love us. And if there's no more questions, we want to say a huge thank you. And we hope today, and you can share it in the chat, what was your favorite thing? As you sign off, please let us know what your favorite thing was today. What's something you want to try? What's something you're looking forward to? We appreciate you guys, and we've just put our socials there if you want to keep in touch and ask us questions. Let's collaborate, let's work together, and thank you. Ooh, you're going to love the rubrics. Somebody said they're going to play with the rubrics.
I think Lerato, sorry, while the guys are signing off as well, I've shared the link to claim their certificates a couple of times throughout the chat. So guys, please go on there. You can claim your certificate for attending today's training session as well. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll just stay if you have any more questions. But from Runé and I in the front, Malcolm and Jonathan in the back, goodbye and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Yeah, that's why we're here, Simone. Let's all make our lives easier so that you have more time for family, and just life's little pleasures. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to end the event now. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.